Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new around here. Today we're going to be watching two players that are rumoured to be teaming on Moist for the next split. And we're on board with Oli right now, and of course Joyo there, as you can see, zooming forward and getting the first goal of this game. But Oli is rumoured to be replacing Astral on Moist, which is pretty big. It's pretty big news. I don't know, for me it was a bit of a surprise when I first heard it, because I thought Astral had done enough to warrant a place on that team, but obviously there is some internal issues, because you just don't drop someone like Astral without internal issues. I'm not saying that the players don't like each other, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I mean is, I think Joyo, I would imagine, is probably the one, he's sort of like, I guess, the leader of that team, the captain of that team. I don't know how it works really, but I feel like, and this is just all pure speculation, this is just my opinion, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like maybe Joyo and Astral aren't really on the same page as each other when they are in game on the same team with each other. Now, they did have moments where they looked really good, really promising, but I just feel like since Astral joined that team, and especially since Rise left, the roles that the players were playing, they didn't look like they were playing to their own strengths, especially Joyo. We've not really seen the Joyo that we know lately. And I think with a player like Oli coming in for Astral, that allows Joyo to be unleashed once again, you know, and to be able to do what he wants basically in the game, and play to his own strengths. So I think that, from what I can gather, that's probably the reason. Again, this isn't factual. It could be, but it's not been proven to be factual. It's purely just speculation. It's purely just the only reason I can think of, unless there is something else going on that no one knows about, which isn't any of my business or anyone else's business. But yeah, if it's in-game issues, then that's probably the issues. So yeah, it is rumoured to be Oli, which is good for Oli, because I think when Oli was dropped from Oxygen earlier on in the split, we all kind of was thinking, what the hell are Oxygen doing? That's not fair on Oli. He didn't deserve that at all after having a pretty good performance at the full major. So yeah, he was actually dropped before the split started and replaced by Rise, who left Moist. So you can understand why Oxygen wanted to pick up Rise. You can't really say no to a player like Rise. It's hard to, I guess. So that's probably the reason. We'll see if it ends up being the correct decision or not in this upcoming major. But yeah, good for Oli. Again, this isn't confirmed that he's on Moist, but it's looking to be that way, and they have been playing some rank together. That was a crazy redirect from Oli back on target. Almost a crazy Vast as well. Good demo as well on the way out. Did bump Joyo, but he's going to move forward here and make that player make his play so Joyo can move in. Joyo not with a great first touch there. We're on board with Oli in this game, as you would have already figured out. I may have already said that. And then in the next game, we'll hop on board with Joyo. So we just get two player POVs in two replays in this particular video. We're over halfway through, and Joyo and Oli do find themselves in the lead still. Only 2-1 though, so not the most comfortable lead ever. But Oli making some really nice touches here in this game, I've noticed. Very, very good touches, and Joyo does seem to be getting on the end of them. If this is something they're looking to do for Moist, maybe Oli is meant to be that sort of enabler, similar to what he was in Oxygen. And I think this Moist team they could definitely improve. You know, when you look at a player like Astral going out, you think to yourself, well, there's no way. It's very unlikely that they're going to get a player better or improve the team. But it's not always about how good the individual is, it's about how good that player works with the team as a whole. Astral, again, might have been stopping certain players from being able to perform. That's a bit of an open net miss, but Joyo is there to follow up. The Astral might have been stopping some players being able to play to their strengths, and that's not Astral's fault. It might just be a clash of playstyles, and Oli might be the right player for Joyo and Juicy on Moist, you know. He might complement them better than Astral did. Doesn't mean to say Astral is any worse than Oli or better. That's just how the game works. People say a lot of the time Beast Mode, Daniel, and first killer on the team would be insane and they'd win everything. I don't think they would. I really don't. I think there's too many clashes there on one team. Yes, individually, they are quite literally some of the best players in the world, all three of them. But as a team, doesn't necessarily always mean that they're going to be the best team. So yeah, it really does come down to playstyle clashes. That's a nice redirect from Joyo and a good dunk across the line from Oli, and that is the end of the game. I just want to quickly say, it's not always about individual talent, it's about how each individual player can play to their strengths. If they can all play to their strengths 100%, you're probably going to have a pretty solid team. Dignitas comes to mind currently. I feel like they all play to their strengths very well, and that's why they're an absolutely solid team, and not necessarily the best individual players in the world, but as a team, they are solid. We have one more replay for this video, so let's go ahead and watch that now. Okay, game number 2. This game was played quite a few days after the game we just watched, and we are on board with Joyo now in this game in the Fennec. I'm glad that he's gone back to standard boost and stopped using the heart boost, I think it was, or something. I don't know. But that was probably just a plug-in. I don't have back his mod, so... And I can't, as far as I know, I can't get back his mod with Epic Games. Maybe I can, I haven't really looked into it. That's a good dunk from Joyo there on the last second. The last second? I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I was meant to say there. I was meant to say something, but I don't know what it was. But yeah, good dunk from Joyo. On the last man, that was it. The last man there. And yeah, putting his team 1-0 up in this game. And using this Fennec. I like this Fennec design. Sometimes I use this one. Almost getting a nice flick there with the front of his car. If he just lifted it over that man, it probably would have gone in on target. Joyo waiting for another touch here. Decides to pop it first time. Follows up quickly. Doesn't quite get it over that player there. But eventually does get it around him, although not able to follow up the rebound. But Oli coming in and just keeping the ball in a threatening position. I feel like so far from what we've seen, Joyo and Oli really do make quite a solid duo here. They haven't really tripped up in each other. They're complementing each other quite well. They seem to be challenging the ball correctly, not at the same time as each other. Which is always a good sign, especially if Oli is going to be my third new player again. Not 100% confirmed, but it is heavily rumoured that that will be the case. Good shot from Oli there to the top right corner. And it's good to see, if Oli does get on my it will be good to see him back, because at the time when he was dropped from Oxygen, I thought it was really harsh. I kind of get it now that I've sort of looked back and sort of thought, well, you can understand why Oxygen wanted to do it. I guess it was, again, it's still going to be harsh no matter how you look at it for Oli. I think the thing that got me was, and this isn't confirmed either, but it seemed to be that they dropped him really late on in the transfer window. I mean, he put a tweet out, I think it was 8 hours before before deadline, and before the transfer deadline basically. And yeah, that just seemed, if they dropped him then, that's not very professional in my opinion. But hey, when is a good time to drop someone? You know, that's a good question as well. 3-1 in this game, and Oli there getting his second goal. Joyo with his second assist. 3 minutes and 25 remaining, and this game looking a lot more comfortable so far for the rumoured Moist Esports duo teammates, Oli and Joyo, and yeah, I think with Juicy as well. I think Oli would work really well around a player like Juicy. I think Oli would work really well around players like both Juicy and Joyo. I think maybe Joyo, Juicy, and Astral was a little bit too much of a clash in terms of playstyle, and I like to think that dropping Astral and picking up a player like Oli would be the correct decision. I think a lot of people would look at that on paper and think, what kind of decision is that? But you've really got to look at it in a different light. It's not just about the player name, you know, the player you've got on paper. It's about the other players on that team and how well they can play as a team. Joyo going for a tight angle double here, not quite on target. Almost halfway through this game now, and it's still 3-1. We've not seen a goal for a while here. Good drop down from Oli. We might be seeing the fourth goal of the game here. Joyo does get bumped, but he's still up. Finding the double into the bottom left corner. It does get saved just before it goes in. He did direct it on purposely to the bottom left corner there, just to try and get it away from the remaining defender, but not enough power on it, and a good fake from Oli there on the backboard. And now he's carrying it forward. Going to try and offload it to Joyo. They go for a pinch shot. It's not quite on target, unfortunately. But Joyo looking to stay in the play here and double it off the opposition corner. Again, wants to take the ball. Oh, her fake's going high of it into a musty over the first defender. Doesn't quite get it enough on target though for it to be challenging. Good touch though from Joyo on the sidewall here. Oh, and a great demo on the last man as well. And the ball just sails into the open net. Comfortable place from Joyo, and that's actually another forfeit. I didn't realise there was 2 forfeits in these replays. I thought it was 1, but yeah, 2 forfeits and 4-1 again. Actually, the same score as the first game we saw. 4-1 again for Joyo and Oli. Yeah, looking like they really complement each other quite well in these replays, to be honest. And that might be a possible good sign for the future if Oli does end up being picked up for the Moist Esports team. If you're still here and you're still watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Leave a like on the video if you haven't done so already, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. To the people that are continuously returning to my videos and leaving likes and commenting and have been subscribed for a while now, I really do appreciate it. You are very much noticed. I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all very soon.